So before I started this video, I wanna tell you something. We are not going to spoil everything for you, but we are going to give you a rough idea of how the story is working, and there are nearly 50 plus episodes. So it is not possible for us to gonna review everything. We just reviewed the first 10 episodes, and this video contains some very serious language. So please, if you are way too like Captain who always think of language, we already muted those words. So please don't tell us in the comments about language. So the story begins after the entire human race is totally destroyed, many have been killed, and those who are survivors are hosted for the acts of demons. Yeah, sounds crazy like the Alien movie. And there are only one guy who's still fighting for nearly 1 year, and his name is Zephyr, a human warrior who's still fighting in the hope he will defeat monsters. But deeply he knows he can't restore humanity once again, but still fighting. But one day, or should I say the last day of his life, Lord of Demons, Tartarus stabs him with a sword and offers him to join the demon forces. But Zephyr denies the offer by telling him why he should join, because the people he loves and cares about were killed by Tartarus or by the demon he leads. And this is where he told Tartarus that he only wants to see his enemy begging for life. He is not impressed or sees any potential in him. Tartarus is still being stupid, as most of the villains are in the comics and movies, so he just takes his hand to Zephyr and Zephyr grabs it. But then he told him something that literally blew my mind. He blew himself because someone cast a spell on him because he cursed a lot. Well, what's wrong with that? Even I call my friend, I show my to strangers. But in his case, if he curses even once, he will blow himself. So that's exactly what he does. He blew himself up. But he literally blew up Tartarus' hand as well. And seriously, his reaction was hilarious. It is his time to start cursing. Zephyr was totally turned into stone and Tartarus punched it and he totally breaks into pieces. He felt bad for not being able to take revenge on his love, but suddenly he wakes up in a very nice looking temple. He thinks this is an afterlife and he is in the underworld. But suddenly an elite angel mercenaries, not this one, this shows her. She introduced herself and tells Zephyr that he is dead and he's supposed to be in the underworld, but 3 supreme gods decided to send him back in time. In simple words, he can keep his memories, but physical training, mana and other experience can't be restored. Let me explain that. This is where the speedrun of the story begins. He will keep everything in his mind, but he has to unlock his other physical attributes, skills and abilities until Tartarus returns to him. And then Zephyr asks why he is getting second chance, because after all there is no way anyone will get anything for free. Just like you guys, you're not gonna get this video for free. We are taking your time to tell you something. If you like the webtoons, you can go and check out our latest webtoon, Nivin. It is about space, zombie apocalypse and sci-fi fiction. Let's back to the story. So Mercedes tells him that the gods find him interesting and entertaining. This literally provokes him. After all, he loses so many people and for them, he is very entertaining. People begging for help, seeking assistance, but the god didn't listen. Then why they are listening now? So she explained with a very nice way that he is a very strong human. And God considers humans a weak race. So why they are saving it? By the way, if anyone give me a look like this, I have no idea how to react. But since Zephyr proves his worth, and then Mercedes shows that there is another guy who wants to have a rematch with Zephyr. It is Tartarus. Didn't I tell you that this is his time to start cursing? Mercedes explained that he conquered nearly 10 worlds without even a problem. And when Zephyr blew up his hand, he feels like someone is really mocking him or just breaking his perfect record. And he wants to erase this from the record. If you ever try to speedrun a game without getting a single hit to get an S rank in game, like this here guy, you may understand it. And Zephyr accepts the offer and she sends him back in the time nearly 10 years ago, when he was a slave in a temple and works as a miner to mining in a tunnel. He has fainted and his friends wakes him up. And then Zephyr realized where he is right now. He tested whether what she said was right or not. And it does actually works, and this is where the first episodes end. Later in the story, Zephyr was mining so hard, even some miners looking to keep him in their teams. A moment later, he unlocks very high level abilities. And this literally confuses him that how much stuff he got in just a short time. But suddenly the head of the mining team shows up and he thinks Zephyr is just wasting time here and hit him with a whip. But Zephyr grabs the whip and realized his hand got no damage, which means he's already OP in the early stage and he can do work all day. After submitting their daily work, their team wins and they are having a bonus today. And the team that keeps sabotaging them feels panic. After praying to Goddess Arya, they all go back to the place where they can get the food supplies. And this is where the first time we get to know about his love interest Altair. Hold on, Altair is actually gender neutral name in Arabic. Like Morgan in English, Kirti in Hindi, same Altair in Arabic. And on the shop, the little boy thanks him for saving him, and he also mentioned how other teams sabotage others to get an advantage. Later on, he buys recovery water and nearly 4 bottles on loan, but the kid warns him he can't get much money to pay off the debt, because no matter if he works more than usual, they ain't gonna pay him any bonus. And still, that guy drank merely bottles of recovery water, which is indeed expensive. Later in the scene, Zephyr goes to that mining head and told him about the monster in the mine, and he will lead the hunting team there. And he's planning to join the hunting team so he can make more money. As it said, dungeons are where the real money is made. So that's all in the episode 2. Not much useful information, or should I say events that do affect the storyline. I even skipped some parts, which indeed doesn't affect the story. If you read it yourself, you get the idea. And thanks for watching. If you like the work, please share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video. And don't forget to check our Webtoon Nivin.